up, yo?
What's up, my home arcade enthusiasts, retro gamers alike? It's retro time. Your host, Chaotic BPR, as well as my co-host, half a dozen.
Half a dozen. Yeah, we out here.
Welcome
Well,
back, man. This is take two, buddy.
take two, bro. Yesterday, technical difficulties. I don't know what was happening. I'm gonna be honest. I was just thinking about it. The internet didn't like us starting late, bro. We got to be on time for our show. Our viewers. Every time we got to be on time.
Yeah, it just wasn't meant to be yesterday, but today everything's looking good, man. It looks like the gods are shining upon us. We got the gerbils and the hamsters running the wheels. We looking good right now. We got positive vibes from Jason, Little Alien. We got it going on, man. Everything's looking good. We're gonna get this show started. Yo Retro style. Welcome everybody to Yo Retro. Who is up in the chat? Welcome us on this Monday. Like I said, we got Jason, Little Alien, Stop Jock, Jim B. What's up, fellas? Take two. That's right. Vader, man. It's good to see you, man. Love seeing you here. You're right. Take two again. And yeah, so we got some other people in the community also doing that T2 mod that we're going to be talking about later tonight. Hopefully, Vader was able to get his running. Stock Jock did a video on his. Mwah. Looks good, my man. PDK.
Yo.
And then my boy Gamer Fridge. Good to see you. And Onk, as always, man. Good to see you as well.
Yeah,
all right.
So we got, man. Hey, there's a lesson to be learned out of this. We don't give up, bro. Can't give up. No. We got to come right back.
No. And look, man, when it comes to consistency, if it doesn't work out, you don't just quit. You got to keep going, man. Even if it's on a Monday. And turns out Monday is working perfectly. We don't have so many streams that we're competing against at the moment. Michael B goes on an hour. So we got an hour before Michael B comes on. So we got a good night. We got a good night to do things.
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
So first things first, guys, we're going to do some 4KP updates. Gottlieb, tried to say this yesterday, but the pinball packs are definitely coming soon. Papa Brad is one of your beta testers, as well as Star Wars games and reviews. Tim McCloskey. Both of them are doing the beta test for everybody, basically saying what they like, what they don't like, and really giving atgames a hard time with saying, hey, y'all need to fix this. This is not working out. This looks good. This looks bad. Fixing these things, right? So it's taken a little while for them to get it coming, but it looks like they are pretty much almost done. I'm not sure the exact date on when the stuff's coming out.
Now, with these Gottlieb packs earlier in our show, you were kind of worried that there wasn't going to be any 4K updates, and they put in the release notes that there were going to be some updates, correct?
Yeah. It's not exactly just a port, maybe. So that's the hope anyway. That's the hope.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's supposed to be some 4K updates in these Gottlieb packs, which is cool.
Yeah.
I guess they're gonna actually incorporate the DMD screen and some other things.
Yeah. Hopefully our beta testers will eventually end up in the chat, and they'll be able to give us more information on that. That atgames has not been able to tell us. But real quick, everybody knows about the flipper lag when it comes to Snoopy Pinball as well as the Addams family. They're just giving us a little bit of an update saying, hey guys, we know y'all really want these things working. We are doing everything in our power to get it done. It is our top priority. We're reaching out with other developers to try to get a little bit of help. From one thing I understand, like Mr. Encoder has kind of put his 2 cents on it, saying when they were using the FX3 engine, it'd be no problem. But since they went to the FX engine and Android and Unreal Engine, that's the disconnect. That's the reason why most of this stuff is breaking with the lagging and stuff like that, and they're having trouble with just the Zen tables, the Zachariah tables, the Gottlieb, and the Magic Pixel, tables like that, they're fine and they look beautiful under 4K. It's just these couple of Zen tables are just having a little bit of struggle under the FX engine now because the way atgames has swapped over to the new Unreal Engine. So that's the
Interesting.
issues.
Yeah, I think like we've been said, I think just gives them some time, Yeah, unfortunately, people have already bought these things, so patience is wearing thin.
Yeah, but a lot of the other YouTubers, they were saying that, hey guys, set your expectations. Y'all are the early adopters when y'all pre-order these things. You have to understand that there is going to be some growing pains, basically.
Well, yeah,
But
and I pointed out earlier too, you know, Zen had some issues on other platforms where they eventually fixed the flipper lag.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna get done. It's gonna get fixed. It's just part of the growing pains, man. We're dealing with it. We are early adopters. We pre-order these things. Are basically we're the beta testers, and once they get these issues fixed, and we grow to deal with them as much as possible until they are fixed. That's all that's really expected of us, man. That's the way is it's just really how it works, man. And when you bring out a product too early, you're just gonna have these growing pains, but it will be fixed, man. Zen knows what they're doing, and they're gonna get it fixed. New platform, new software, new hardware. It's gonna get fixed.
Yeah.
Real quick though, we got our pre-order updates for the Peanuts skinned pinball machine, themed pinball machine, as well as the Dino Dynasty. I'm gonna bring up a chart real quick of the logistics. Basically, it's going to show you that Star Wars is being pushed back. Star Wars,
Star Trek.
Star
Star
Trek,
Trek.
Star Trek is being pushed back a little bit. Oh man, this thing ain't got the daggum slide I
It ain't
wanted.
got it ain't got the peanuts on it.
Oh man, see
You
now
you
I still screw up.
you was worried about your attack from Mars.
Yeah, that's what it is. Let's see, guys, I still screw up. Real quick though, I am
Well, that
scrolling up to see if I can find it because this here it is. I found it. Boom.
yeah, there you go. See,
All right.
quick with it.
So peanuts, if you pre-ordered from November 16th to November 31st, or no, okay, yeah, November 31st, you should you should have already gotten your payment link sent out. They were sent out on the 22nd. That's when it started being shipped, sent out to you. SSF kit, most likely you're gonna have to wait till April 15th, much like us Attack from Mars people, as well as the Dino Dynasty. I do not see that on this
Those
list either.
those should be going out the same time with
Yep,
the
that actually
peanuts.
goes out. Dino Dynasty's already got their emails. Should already got their emails sent out as well,
Yeah, it's the
according
same
to this list.
time.
Yeah, so
Yeah, those are out. So only
perfect.
ones we're waiting on right now is the Star Trek and Attack from Mars.
Yep.
But
And
like
then peanuts if you got the SSF kit. That's it.
I seen that games made a post talking about there's a little delay in shipping logistics and but then I looked at this and ours was 2 weeks sooner than or like 10 days sooner than expected or something like that. So
Yeah,
I was like, if that's a delay, thank you.
because basically what ours is supposed to be like the end of April, the Attack from
Yeah,
Mars. Now they moved it up
yeah,
to the 15th.
yeah. So they
So
said that
man,
was a delay somehow, I guess. So
dude, think think about that. That's 20 days away.
um I don't know. Well, what that's when it's supposed yeah, I guess. I don't know. This to me, I've been waiting so long, like I told you, it's like a fever dream. Like it'll arrive when it get here.
It'll arrive when it get here, but man, like the anticipation, it's like Christmas for me, man. Counting down the days of Christmas Day when I was a kid. We're less than 30 days away. We're about to be less than 20 days away.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, bro. I'm looking forward to it because every year I do like a little annual arcade little get together with some of my friends and family, and yeah, so it'll be nice to have that here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm super excited. It kind of sucks though, man, because I'm running out of room, especially to where to put a pinball machine. And I'm like, man, I really need to sell my arcade one up pinball
Oh,
to make room for this. But I was like, I need to do a video though of the comparisons because they're gonna be exactly the same when it comes to artwork, cabinet artwork.
you get rid of it after.
Yeah, I'll just get rid of it after. It should sell no problem, especially since I did the team encoder update.
I'm beyond out of room. That's why I got party. I'm buying party games now. But yeah, I've been out of room. Like, but I'll get it in there. You know?
Exactly.
Pause. So
So
this just came out today, right?
yeah, this just came out today. So guys, I'm gonna read the notes to you a little bit, and basically it's gonna say there it is. All right. Anticipation is high for the soft launch of our Legends 4K Pinball Net subscription service. Your access to unlimited pinball fun on the 4K pinball machine. As we're committed to delivering the best experience possible, we've heard this before. We're taking a few extra weeks over the originally planned March 29th to fine tune everything. Expect an update on the launch date next week. So we'll get another update next week expecting to tell us exactly when they're going to be able to launch this thing. But in the meantime, here's a quick glimpse of what's coming. We're going to get unlimited gameplay, enjoy access to over 140 incredible pinball tables at launch, with 12 new tables to add in 2024. I wonder what those 12 tables are.
Hmm.
Also, as a welcome gift for us people who pre ordered a 4KP, we're going to get 2 months free of the Pinball Net service. One additional month for US owners, total of 3 months total for free if
Nice.
your 4K pinball unit was pre-ordered before March 29th. It's going to have integrated leaderboards, tournament events, streamlined priority access to regular competitions, and amazing giveaways. The setup is simple. Get started effortlessly with our Pinball Net user guide, as we will publish that before the launch. And if you haven't pre-ordered your 4K pinball subscription yet, there's still time. Visit us at atgames.us to join the future in Legends 4K pinball. We look forward to flipping out with you on Legends 4K Pinball Net. So that's pretty exciting. A subscription service.
Yeah,
Um,
we just got another month, so I like that.
yeah, 3 months free. That's really going to actually determine if I'm interested in that service for like a yearly subscription versus buying, individual tables or table packs. So that's kind of
Right.
cool.
Yeah, you got 90 days to test it out now. Me and you do.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, this is the thing we started out with yesterday. It was going to be the sharpshooter that was shar-cade.
Hmm.
Real quick, we're
So
going
this
to
dude, he basically, he builds these, but he also customizes them, and then he puts a hyperspin build in here. So if you don't know what it's basically a user interface that has a bunch of arcade games built into it, but well, not necessarily built into it. If you're familiar with building, you know, if you're familiar with building ROM interfaces and stuff like that, you might be able to work with hyperspin. I actually tried hyperspin and had some trouble with it, but it wasn't something I couldn't learn, but it was just something where I was like, well, it was kind of easier to find a front end that somebody else had already built, right? This guy, he's already got the hyperspin front end built in, all the games you would probably possibly imagine and want, and with these two awesome guns and this custom build. But if you go to his website, shar-cade, these things were pretty high price, correct?
yes. So you're looking at 2,500 to 3,000 pounds. And the UK dollar amount pounds, which roughly translates to about $3,000 US to $3,200 US. They are very expensive, especially since they're not full arcade machine builds. You could pay that much here and have Retro Lizard build you a send and light gun, full size arcade machine for about that much or even cheaper.
Right. And then
The Now, a lot of people will say that, well, what about these guns? These guns, they look very arcade realistic, right? Well, thanks to Mystery Encoder yesterday, it sent me a link, said those are the same guns you can get on AliExpress for about 51 bucks, 50 bucks. And it has the arcade like swivel thing, kind of like T2 did in the real arcade, where you could swivel it up and back and move it around and stuff. Um, so basically it's like these $50 light guns as opposed to say like a $200 send-in light gun, So
so
these
you
guns
could
are cheap.
definitely build this cheaper than you could buying it from shar-cade.
Yeah. If you wanted to go this route. Now, obviously send-in to me and to a lot of people, gun for IR, that's the best light guns you can get, say for that much amount of money, and you'll have a much better experience by being able to play like Techno Parrot and Sega Model 2, all those kind of games that Retro Lizard could provide you, as well as Vic. Gosh, and I don't remember the other guy's name. Retro Lizard does a stream with them, the three amigos, and one of them builds custom guns for everybody. I'm sure somebody in chat is gonna be able to mention that for me, but yeah,
Yeah.
nobody does it like these guys, man. And if you really wanted to buy something like this and spend that kind of money, me personally, I would rather talk to Joel from Retro Lizard or one of those other guys
Yeah.
and set it up with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd work with the one of them dudes before shar-cade. But definitely it could give you some inspiration, even that build to send to Retro Lizard and them and say, I want something like this, or I could just put it on a pedestal in front of my TV and have the kids go at it.
Yeah. Anybody in chat? Agree with that? Let's see. Everybody's still talking about the pinballs, yeah. So will those work with a retro shooter box? I doubt it, man. I don't think so. Check out Retro Lizard channel. And I agree with Stock Jock Vader. You did the right thing by choosing Sendin. Sendin is the best, other than Guns for IR, which Retro Lizard will both tell you both guns are fine, and both of those definitely work with his pedestal box as well as his hard drive setup. Like he has everything set up for you as plug and play, basically. So yeah, you definitely did the right thing. Because if you look at this gun here, if you zoom in on that setup, it looks like it's a USB, but I really don't know how well that would convert. And I really don't think, yeah, the technology behind those guns, I don't know. Like that's something
It'd
that you would have to,
be interesting to know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it'd be kind of funny. It'd be kind of funny to take the arcade one up to Terminator 2 and
And put those on it.
putting those on them
Yeah.
just to see if it works.
I mean, that's not sending, is it?
I don't know. It doesn't
I,
say.
I highly doubt it.
It does not say. It's just
It
USB, man. So I don't know.
I don't even know if that's USB, to be honest.
It
I've never
looks
seen
like
a
it. I'm
yellow
zooming
USB
in.
port.
I don't know what the other wire next to it is. That's the
You
only
got
thing.
that from Team Encoder?
Yeah, Mr. Encoder sent me this in
Mystery Encoder.
Discord. He said this is from AliExpress. So yeah, plug and play is the only way to go. If you wanted to build your own shooter, Retro Lizard is the way to go. Hands down.
I'd just like to see what he would think about this, or what maybe he could do with that.
I mean, I can text him later and see what he says.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good evening again, bad guy. Um,
Hello, bad guy.
Gamer Fridge says one of them looks like a USB and the other one looks like a USB-C, which that would
Mm,
probably be the power, how to power it. The other one would be the technology to talk about it.
right.
But moving on, we got some
Moving
arcade
on.
one-up news.
What everybody was talking about this week.
Yeah, so we're a little late to the party, but that's because our show is end of the week, and this is a brand new week, and you're not going to stop hearing about this cabinet from until it gets released, basically.
Yeah.
Ba This is a 3/4 scale deluxe model of the XL model, basically. Golden Tee 3D Golf, same as the XL model, just now with a BOE monitor, 17 inches, shrunken down,
Yeah.
right at 5 feet tall, same games list, same control panel, same coin door, just
Hopefully, well,
shrunken down.
new screen.
Yeah, there he is. Retro Lizard's here.
We're gonna hope a new screen. Hey, Retro Lizard. Yeah, the USB connection. We call those alien guns. That's what we was waiting on. What up? What up? What tech do they use? We getting caught up.
I like the Golden Tee
Hey,
calves. They're simple and the trackball's good. I had the OG one.
hey, Retro Lizard. Could you put them guns in a build you do?
They're positional guns. So yeah, I'd be curious to know
Could you put those in a T2 cab?
to make
That'd
it
be
like
true.
the real T2 cab. So I want to know if it would work. Like what software would they use?
Yeah, those would be good in like just a stand-up box, you know. But yeah, this I only reason I wanted to cover this. Unc loves this cab. He's actually got a golden T cab. This is like you said, it's the XL in a deluxe form factor. That's all that is. Hopefully, a better screen, BOE. You know, I think deluxe, is obviously the form factor they want to go with moving forward. Seems kind of obvious. He could, but it had to be a Windows setup. Yeah,
They're not
there you go.
100% compatible of all games. So they're
Yeah,
basically like your machine type gun games. I'm saying they would
sure.
probably work. Like
Probably,
Aliens, the gun game would work.
yeah,
Probably some
positional.
Techno like Transformers would probably work. So it just depends on
Yeah,
like what type of games you wanted.
that's interesting.
Ooh, I got a T2 style replica in the works with those. Then a drive.
Nice.
That's what we're talking about, man. I love this community.
Yeah, I wish Uncle almost would have held off a couple months and got this one. He's got the old school Golden Tee. He'd had a few more games, a little variety with some shuffle shots, some bowling. But who knows? He might pick this up, sell his other one. You never know.
Um, I see. I personally would be very interested in this because I don't have a golden tee. Um, could I get my wife into it? I'm thinking I could get my wife into it. But mostly I think I could easily get her into it for the world class bowling, which is actually a decent arcade game.
Yeah, it is. It's
Especially when you
fun.
get a good trackball that works with it. Because I played world class bowling in the wild before, and it works really well. But I've never really played Golden Tee. But I do like the realistic looking golf games like that. That'd be something I'd be interested in. I'm not excited about the 599 price tag. I'm hoping that Arcade One Up will do like what they did with the X-Men 97 and say, "Hey, pre-order price 499." I might be down for that.
Yeah. I'm out. This ain't for me, but it's definitely for people who might not have a golden tee. Might be for people who want to upgrade, who
Yeah,
love a golden tee and just want a couple more golden tee games plus some variety on that cap.
yeah. And then another thing that bothers me about it is I don't have many people that come over and play other than kids. So it's not really a kids game cabinet for me. So the only person that would really play this is me and maybe my wife. Um, So that's something I would obviously have to think about. Like me and her can go into like a tournament against each other. From what I understand, though, a lot of people's complaints about the Golden Tee games is that you have to pay, you have to play all 18 holes. There is no, I want to play 3 holes, I want to play 9 holes. Once you're in it, you're committed to it, and you can't just come back to the game and play it later.
That's why it's nice to have shuffle shot or world class bowling on there, so you can have something you maybe play a little quicker.
Yeah, fun for 2 players and some beers,
Yeah.
some cup holders on the
I
side.
mean, me and Unc, when I go to his house and we play Golden Tee, we're on there for a good hour or so. But it's fun. I like it. He don't have Blitz. He don't have NBA Jam. He don't really care for those sports games. So that's the sports game he has. I can go to his house and play. And I might be able to. I talked him into Blitz once or twice. But he's not going to buy one. It's kind of my point.
Yeah, I got you. Stock Jock, when it comes to Macon, Georgia, pickleball is now the number one sport here, where I live. Yep. And yeah, cow tipping is definitely in the top 10.
Damn. Yeah, I was wondering that last night when our show was going on crazy. Like we were debating on that because I'm like, well, you're probably the host, and it's probably by default kicking me out when you got issues, so the whole stream don't drop. And then today when I was at work, I was talking about the stream, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell happened because he was the one having issues, but I couldn't get in the stream. I'm like, so they were like, well, where does he live? And I was like, that's a good question because he does have Cox Cable, and they haven't had Cox Cable in Ohio for years. So I was like, yeah, I probably
Yeah,
need to find out.
it's so sad because like Cox is like the only thing we have available here, other than if you wanted to go with a cell phone provider as your home internet. Um, and then of course you could do satellite. But we don't have like Xfinity, we don't have none of that cool stuff that everybody's like,
Spectrum.
yeah, we don't. I mean, there is Spectrum down here, but only in certain areas. Like we couldn't
Yeah,
get
right,
Spectrum
right,
here.
right, right. You're in the area that they won't allow it. We know.
Yeah.
But I suffer as a result of it. I love it. Oh,
I mean, I
you
live
do?
right on the outskirts of the
Do
city,
you got Cox Cable? I thought they got rid of Cox Cable in Cleveland.
it feels like it.
They might still have it. I remember they had that when I was a kid. All right. So what's next?
So what's next, real quick, is good God, this is such an old ass leak, but it keeps coming back from the dead. Freaking
Yeah,
track and field, man, it's popping up back up on Walmart as a stool again that you
it's like
can
a it's
that you
like
can
a
bring with
zombie. It keeps popping up when you think it's dead. And yeah, it popped up back, and I even looked. It popped up on the Walmart. Where like it's almost like they're hiding the pre-order. Like it's weird. Yeah, this
but
this
yeah,
this won't go away, and I honestly don't think they'll ever do it. Like I think those days are far behind Arcade One Up, but people want this cab, man.
yeah, I mean, they keep teasing it, man. They've been teasing it what for the past 3.5 years, and then it just keeps
Shit.
dying out, disappearing, and even John D was like, "Yeah, we were going to do it, but we can't figure out how to get the buttons to work, make them last."
I mean,
And
I
then
think they could, but not on a. See, that's one of them things. Like we said, they probably had to do a direct to consumer kind of thing and put some gold leaf switches in there, and some SandWire buttons or something crazy.
yeah, and chat's starting to agree. If it's not out by the Olympics, which is coming out this summer,
It's
it,
dead.
it should be dead, like gone forever. Do not if you're not going to release this by the Olympics, don't release this.
Yeah, and this is a Konami title, so this if they did release it, it'd be nice because it show us that they're still working with Konami.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's the biggest point right there is that this is a Konami title. Obviously, that render was, back in the Riser days of like the
yeah,
Gen 3, Gen 4 style. Um, and it had that unique cabinet shape, kind of like Star Wars in a way. But there is no, you would have to redesign this again and make this a deluxe
yeah, deluxe
coin
had a
door.
coin door on it. Yeah.
And, we found out that Arcade One Up's now run by Gen Xers. They don't care about, or Gen Zers, whatever you call them. They don't
Yeah.
they don't care about quality anymore. They're like, God damn,
Well,
man, these people
and
want
that,
80s titles. They want
yeah,
something that came out 40 years ago. Fine, here.
yeah, like they're focused on the Wheel of Fortunes and the Raw Thrills right now. It seems like so. I don't see this happening. But with that said, for some reason, it's popped up back on Walmart to pre-order the stool, not the arcade, but the stool.
And see, Stock Jock will know if you're going to do a deluxe, make sure you recess that slammed screen, please. Arcade
Yes,
One Up, you listening? Make it right.
just won't go away though, man. People want this cab, bro. Even if they put out 500 of them, like, come on, it'd be nice.
Yeah, do a limited release like Burger Time, and make all
Yeah,
us pay $1,800 for a new one on
it's
on
crazy.
uh on, on eBay.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? The resale prices would be crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not something I'm interested in. I never.
But even if, like Penny said, even if we did it for, we did it for the Olympics, a quick, they've done Oreo runs, they've done worse one-offs, where even if it was just for the Olympics, a little sponsorship, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people would be excited because this is something new. This is
Yeah,
a brand new title. It's
imagine
Konami.
imagine putting that in your sports lineup with Golden Tee, NFL, NBA, and then now you got something a little different.
Yeah, yeah. Put it like that, man. It makes better sense.
Yeah,
Uh
that would look cool next to your open ice.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My open ice has a lot of white, red, and blue. This has a lot of red, white, and blue in it as well. Let's go for it.
He said, let's do it. It's a button masher for sure.
I'm down for it. Get the blood pumping like my Quest 3.
And you break a sweat playing that game. For real.
I imagine. Too bad I ain't got a local arcade that has one, man. I like to try it out.
Y'all
I'd even
know
go to
about the
Galloping Ghost.
y'all know about the pencil trick on this game.
What's the pencil trick?
That's where you kind of, you put a pencil between the buttons and you tap them real fast.
Oh, okay.
Pencil trick.
Kind of like on the Nintendo version. If you had the foot pad where you had to run on it. If you get
Yeah,
on your hand,
power
if you get on your
pad.
hands and knees and tap it really quick, the
Power
A and
pad,
B.
yeah. Yeah. I used to do
Good times, man.
that.
That's retro as shit.
Oh yeah. I'd like to see this, like I said, even a limited run, but I doubt it's gonna happen. I feel like arcade one ups like moved on past doing these Tron track and field like one off kind of cabs. Like the catering to the community doesn't seem like what they're doing.
No, not pencil trick like in the Dark Knight, man. We ain't gonna make the pencil
Not
disappear.
not yeah, not like the Joker. Popsicle stick.
Ta-da.
Popsicle stick trick.
Hey, it works. It works. Onk knows what he's talking about. Yeah. Anything else you want to mention on this?
Nah, it's just something that popped up on Walmart and people was talking about. So maybe I want to see what the chat would say about
There's got to be like some legs to this, right? Because why would Walmart
it.
all
Some
of a
legs
sudden
to this.
spot
No
this
pun
thing?
intended.
Yeah. Why would Walmart of all retailers pop this up randomly again? It's
I
it's like
don't
they
know.
it's like they had the signed deal saying, "Hey, we want that track and field," and then Arcade One Up says, "All right, well, it's not ready yet."
You know what's
We'll sell
weird
it
is
Friday.
I feel like they just got like a warehouse, like they probably got like 500 stools, but no cabinet, and they're like, what are we gonna do with these damn stools? Like, we got nothing to sell them with, you know? We just got a bunch of track and field stools with no cab. The cab got canceled, and we got these damn stools.
There's another good pun right there. They still have a few hurdles before release. Oh god, I love you
Uh,
guys.
idiots.
How much do Arcade One Ups go for in France on the aftermarket? Oh man.
Ridiculous.
Well, it's good to see that there's some people in chat are really excited about this, man. I'd like to see if it happens, it happens. We'll go from there.
It ain't going away. That's for
No,
sure.
it damn sure keeps coming back.
Right.
Oh, guys, meat and potatoes time. This is what y'all are here for, right? For the people who still have this cab and either you still play it stock or you're looking for some way to expand it, hoping that Team Encoder would do something. Well, misdirection of Team Encoder finally got something done. And, he worked on it as a solo project, had some help from, Mystery Encoder and those for advice and everything. But the man soloed this and was able to get this to work by the micro SD slot.
Yeah.
Um, Turns out it's their easiest mod ever. All you gotta do is just copy these files to the micro SD cards, slot it in, turn it on, let the files copy over, take it out, put the ROMs in the folders that they need to go into, slide it back in, and you should be good to go. It's literally like a
Yeah.
5-minute mod. Stock
Yeah.
Jock did this. My boy
I
half
was
a
I
dozen.
was telling I was telling you, like, I haven't done any kind of soft mods to my arcade one ups. I've done full on mods where I replaced, the guts with a pie and stuff like that, but I've never done any kind of soft mods to my cabs whatsoever. So this was a first for me. And this was the cab that I really wanted to mod the most. And you were looking at the retro shooter. I was looking at the retro shooter, and I was really, no pun intended, about to pull the trigger on a retro shooter mod, and you did, and I didn't because bought the 4K pinball, I bought the Defender Party Cade, and I was kind of like, well, let me give my pockets a chance to heal up, right? And then this came out, and we all seen B Kong's stream, which was crazy. That just blew because that was happening at the end of our last stream,
Yep.
and then so immediately I got off my stream, went and watched that, and I was like blown away by what Misdirection had did because he said he worked on this for over 2 years, and he said he comes from a place of modding stuff where he expects a certain degree of like excellence in his mods, or he expects a certain amount of showmanship, he said, in his mods. So, and I respect that, because I've done some custom mods just on my mini consoles, and I try to put some showmanship in them where I wanted it to be visually clean and visually appealing to whoever might hop into those mods and make it user friendly and stuff like that, so I was really excited to test this mod out because I had not pulled the trigger on the retro shooter. And, and then on top of that, just based on what he said, he wanted to put a little showmanship in his mod. And I was like, oh, that sound like something, that sound like a mod I might want to test out, so yeah. Plus, like I said, also, this is my only cab that has one game, so it's really it's been collecting dust, and I think most of us who own T2 this cab's been collecting dust for a while.
Yeah.
You know, you can only play T2 so much before you're kind of bored with that cab, and then you're like, you want to play something else, right? And then we all seen time crisis come out, and people want, you know, people who had T2 were either buying that just to get something new, or people were looking at the retro shooter so they could play some other games. So yeah, this mod, man, it was easy to do. I'll say, like, if you're in the modding world, it's relatively it's one of the easiest mods you can do. You know, it's just like B Kong showed in his video, and I'm gonna link his video. I had it linked yesterday, and our stream went crazy, but I'll go back and add it to the comments in this video. But yeah, he'll basically show you the tutorial on how to set this up and everything. But yeah, you just kind of pretty much drop. You use a Belina etcher, I believe it is.
Yep. Belinda
You'll
answer. Love it.
Yeah, you'll etch pretty much hit the image onto your SD card. You'll drop that in. You'll pop that right in your T2 PCB. It'll drop all the file, all the necessary files and stuff like that onto your T2. It's got a cool opening, screen he put in there and all that, which is pretty cool to watch. And then you're pretty much off to the races to pop that SD card out when it tells you, put it back in, and then drop the ROMs you own onto the files into the proper folders, or onto your SD card into the proper folders.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to show some of this footage here, I gathered some footage. Basically, I was able to really like give this a good test, and I wanted to kind of give you guys the pros and cons. I was able to play most of the arcade games play great. Operation Wolf plays great. Like the incorporation that he did with the force feedback on the guns is great, bro. On the games where it's like single fire, he has it where it does that single rotation, like Kong said. And I was thoroughly like impressed with how far he went to make each game run as good as it runs. The main games, I could say that I was able to get all those to run pretty much almost flawlessly, outside of like on Revolution X, certain games, like when I pressed the side button to throw the CD, it almost wanted to go off into the reload area, which is the white border around the send-in screen there. But man, the accuracy is just right on point. Like, bro, these are sending guns. I was playing Duck Hunt, you name it, like all these games, like the accuracy, you can see I'm just, and I was filming while shooting these ducks, which wasn't necessarily easy, but the accuracy's on point with these. You would be shocked how good this plays. And I didn't have to really you don't have to pay $1, bro. Not $1. Like, I almost would urge you to try this before you do your retro shooter, because it's that easy and you're not gonna break nothing, bro. Me and Unc were sitting here playing some 2-player, just but I left some of the audio in so you could actually hear that the force feedback works on these games. I was pretty amazed, bro. Now, I'll tell you, there are some cons, but overall, like, I really like this, bro. Really enjoyed this mod. I would tell you too, I played this mod. I played T2 more since I did this mod than I have since I bought it.
That's great. And that's the whole purpose of why they did something like this.
Yeah, this cabinet's got more gameplay since this mod than since I bought it. Like in the past, when Unc came out, I literally played that cab more than I've played it since I bought it. It's crazy.
It's amazing.
There's so much variety now, and all the main games work really good. Your Lethal Enforcers works really good. Uh, your Area 51, Your T2 works great. Like, bro,
The T2 runs better
yeah.
than the actual arcade one up version.
Oh yeah. So, but what's dope is he kept all the functionality
Yeah,
of having the stock PCB. So you're not losing no functionality really.
yeah. Oh
It's it's a
man.
riot, bro. It's a riot,
So
bro.
my thing is like if I didn't have my buy stuff retro shooter upgrade coming tomorrow, I would have done this. Like if I hadn't ordered it, I would have done this, and I think I would have been happy. You know. Um, but since it's already coming, I've already spent the money. No sense in me sending it back and all that kind of stuff, man. I'm just
You
gonna
know,
stick.
you're definitely getting more games, and they seem to have, this right here. I like it, because I don't know. I'm into the software modding a little bit, and I really like that I can look forward to updates on this. Like, it doesn't have Lethal Enforcers 2, which you will have on your retro
Yes,
shooter, right?
yes, that's
And I
correct.
love Lethal Enforcers, so I really hope he can get that running on here. Um, but to get into some of the cons, man, like maybe this is me personally, but I had some trouble. Time Crisis is on this, and I could get to the gun con screen on point blank and everything else, and on Time Crisis, get the ROM to start. But as soon as I kind of got in game, I couldn't do anything. So I don't know if that's something he's working on or is going to fix later, or that's maybe I got the wrong ROM, but I got the bin and Q files like where he says. So I don't know. That could be an issue I'm encountering on my own. But
Yeah,
there was a couple PlayStation games, both time Crisis games, I wasn't able to get to run. Like, I was able to get the games to run, but not the guns to work on. Uh, all the point blank games I got to run and work. I got a Elemental Gearbolt is an amazing PlayStation game. It functions great on this. I highly recommend people try out Elemental Gearbolt if you do this mod. It's just incredible, bro. To play these with sending guns, the accuracy is great. The fact that we didn't lose the force feedback functionality. I love that I get to keep my Uzis now. Like, I'm definitely not doing the retro shooter mod. Me personally.
yeah. Well, you don't have a reason to now, honestly. And in my case, yes, I'm getting more gun games. Hopefully that how you say it? Elemental, the game you're talking about.
Elemental Gearbolt.
Yeah, I got to see if that's on there on the retro shooter.
Yeah, you can mute this video. I don't know if you can, but so
Yeah,
we could just talk about it. But yeah, I just wanted them to definitely be able to hear that force feedback when me and Uncle's playing the first time. Like, it's there, bro. It's on point, and the accuracy's on point. Like, I love that I get to keep my Uzis. I love that I don't have to do no crazy hardware mods. I already, as you see, I recess my screen. Like, I love it, bro. I am loving my T2 cab now, thanks to Team Encoder. And I'd like to thank them. I appreciate y'all, man. Your hard work for 2 years. People like me, we really love this kind of stuff, bro. This is the best thing that's ever happened to my T2 cab, bro. It's incredible, bro. It's incredible, and it's only going to get better.
yeah,
You know, he
and
says he's got high hopes, for high expectations for what he can kind of do for this cab if he doesn't switch over to Big Buck Hunter. And I would encourage him not to like finish the game, dog. Because like for instance, you can't exit this without having a hard shut off the whole cab pretty much on almost every game. So I would like to see it where we could exit games. The volume's all over the place on these games. That's a big issue. You're going to encounter that if you do this mod. You could turn the volume all the way up at the main menu and then hop in Lethal Enforcers and it's really quiet. And then you can hop in another game and it's going to be at 10. So I'd like to see him, if he can find a way to, get the volume to work appropriately and hop and exit games easily. This could be like the best mod ever for Arcade One Up.
yeah. No, your video that you shot for this is perfect, dude. It looks like a great like review video on how well everything, like how well all the games you can play, how well it works. And the
Yeah,
replayability you got now with 2 people and stuff playing different things, it brings the life back into this cabinet. Um,
yeah,
and
it's incredible, bro. It really
and
is. And even with the cons that I mentioned, bro,
it's
those are
still worth it.
software things that he can fix. And those are
Yeah,
a lot of the things I mentioned he already planned to fix, but by the time it came out, they broke again. So, when you're in that side of stuff and when you're doing stuff as deep as misdirection is, there's gonna be some bugs. And I honestly have faith in him that if he can do this, he can fix them couple of bugs. This is just incredible, bro. And he really, like I said, when you're playing Elemental Gearbolt and certain games on there, it's really pushing the hardware limits of that T2 PCB where you're going, what can this thing really do? Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. Man, so cool. Now, I wanna say this, for the chat. Full disclosure, in my situation. Now, if it wasn't for Retro Lizard and sending me his retro shooter guns, I wouldn't have done the buy stuff, uh, purchase because the buy stuff upgrade itself was 500 bucks when it comes to the control panel and the 19-inch screen upgrade. Plus, I'd have to fork out another $230 for 2 guns with the foot pedals and the Pandora box. So, I mean, I'll be looking at like 700, 750 bucks after everything's said and done. Um, and see,
But
that's more
this
than
you
I would
don't
ever spend on any
this
cabinet.
you don't have foot pedals, so he's got to kind of. I wish there was a way he could incorporate like both them start buttons on the T2 PCB. It sucks that they're both probably wired to the same kind of button, you know what I mean? Where they both function as a start button. Because it'd be nice if one of them could be an extra button, because you don't have a foot pedal. So you do end up having to use that side button for other functions but he's got it to where, like, for instance, say you hold that side button, you pull the trigger on some games, that's where you'll do your reload instead of shooting off screen. It automatically locked to that top white bar on the sending border, and then you pull the trigger and you'll do your reload. And then you release that side button and you're back on screen ready to shoot. The functionality actually it's really good. However he got around it and got everything to function is it's incredible to me, bro. And if he could just fix them couple little cons I mentioned, this is like easily the best arcade one up soft mod, what public mod ever released.
And the only thing that you spent was 5 minutes of your time,
Uh,
downloading this, setting it up, really.
well, yeah, that and buying an SD card.
Yeah,
I bought a 64 gigabyte SD card that also Kong put in his links. That was the suggested one for that mod, and yeah, and obviously, yeah, the time finding the appropriate mods, the proper CHD file for Area 51 and stuff like that. But these are ROMs that you got to own, and you got to know about. So it's not necessarily a entry level mod. It's something that you got to kind of be comfortable doing some software modding with. But with that said, it's probably the easiest of easy entry level software mods you can do. Like
yeah,
any I really believe anyone could do this mod if they just follow the directions, they read the README file, they watch Kong's video, and they just do it step by step.
yeah. And
Eh,
the way you look at this, guys, is that with this soft mod, basically, it's costing you nothing but a micro SD card, some time.
Yeah,
15 bucks.
well, maybe a little frustration, but you would get past it. Like if and a lot of this stuff is trial and error. I had
Yeah,
issues. I didn't have the right ROM or this, that, and the other, and that's and I had to go back, find the right file. Because you got to realize what version of MAME you're working with, and you know, and even that, I thought I had some 2003 files, and apparently I didn't. So I had to find the appropriate ones. So you got to source all that stuff yourself. So like you said, it's really time consuming, but it doesn't cost you a dollar as far as hard. You're not doing any hardware modifications. You're doing software mods.
yeah. And honestly, I think it's impossible to break. Like, mess up yourself.
I mean, you do any of these things at your own risk, right?
Yeah.
You already know once you get into unscrewing these cabinets and messing with them, you're taking a risk, right? You know that, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So just not know you do these things at your own risk, but I I have faith that it's not gonna harm. My cab's running fine, but right now, like I said, you do have to power the cab on or off just to switch games for, I would say, the majority of games. So if you're playing Area 51 and you want to switch to Lethal Enforcers, you're gonna hold that power button off for about 5 seconds for the whole cab powers off to repower on, and then you get the whole splash screen, which is extra loud, and then you go to a game that's extra quiet, so that your audio's all over the place. So there's some buggy features there, but I've heard there's buggy features on a retro shooter too, from
Yeah,
game to
there is.
game. So
Yeah, there is.
so you get
If you wanted to do any kind of like settings and stuff like that, like hard settings on the retro shooter, you actually have to turn the box over, the Pandora box, and get like a SIM card pin thing. That's what I use to poke in the bottom of it to hit the reset button in order for like special menus to come up. Otherwise, you can hold two buttons on the guns to make another menu come up. But to get to like the hardcore settings and reset settings and all that, you actually have to take the box, turn it over, and stick a pin into it. And if you got that installed to the T2 cabinet, imagine having to take the back off, take it out of its holster if you got it in a holster, like I'm going to, and then to reset it like that. Um,
Yeah. So, there's pros and cons to every mod you do, believe it or not. But for me, there's way more pros with this team encoder mod, you know, and it was a team encoder release, but misdirection. We got to give him all the credit for it. You really put the work in. So yeah, I would suggest if your T2 cab is collecting dust, give this mod a try because I'm super satisfied with it so far. And I imagine he's going to do future software updates and future releases that are it's gonna more games will be compatible, I imagine, and there'll be probably some software fixes.
yeah, and Stock Jock, you did the right thing by uncovering that PCB and turning it around because when I first got my T2, I burned up my PCB because it got so hot in that shrouding, the shroud cover. But once I took it out, put some duct tape on the back of it, turned it around, and smashed it to the back of the monitor so that it could actually breathe. Haven't had an issue since.
What's crazy is I bought mine used. It was the only cab I bought used for $300. Drove like, I don't know, 20 minutes away or something like that. Brought it back. I tested it in the dude's garage. It worked fine.
Hmm.
I'm like, man, this is kind of cool. All right, cool. I'll buy it. 300. Took it home, went to power it on. The fan was getting loud. It acted funny a little bit, played it a
Hmm.
little bit, and then boom, it fried out on me too. I had to order a backup PCB. And as soon as I did my recessed bezel, that's when I said, okay, I'm flipping this PCB, and I do the same thing you did. I let that PCB breathe. I actually had the back of that cab open. The wood's just kind of leaning against the wall back there, and it's open for me to mess with the SD card and let it breathe.
Yep. Yep. Like they just did not do enough like product testing on the quality testing on these, and it runs hot. Same thing with the pinball. Same thing with Blitz. I mean, it's the exact same PCB. The only problem is what Mystery Encoder told me last night is that on Blitz T2 and on the pinball they're overclocked, so they run hotter. That exact same PCB is in the Killer Instinct, not overclocked. It runs fine. It's never going to overheat. So just fair warning for you guys who have NFL Blitz or the Arcade One Up pinballs. Take that cover off just so that you get some more longevity out of it.
I haven't done it to my Blitz, but I need to because that cab, I always hear that fan kick in high gear.
Ever since I took that backing off, I haven't heard the fan since. It don't even kick on.
Yeah,
Like
so definitely
it don't need to.
but definitely wanted to tell y'all, I encourage y'all to go if you haven't bought a retro shooter kit yet. Go try this. Go try this Team Encoder release, man. It's worth
Yeah,
it. It's worth it. Misdirection did his thing on it.
absolutely, it's worth it. Like I said, if Joel hadn't sent me those retro shooters, I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't do the buy stuff mod because that's a $750 investment. That's the most I've ever spent on anything home arcade related, period, other than the 4KP when it gets here, but that's a different company, different story. Um, but to like compare, yeah, I get more games on my retro shooter. I get a different style gun and all that kind of stuff. And I'm getting the selector deck and the holsters and all that bonus stuff from buy stuff, which is so nice for them to do. But when it comes to value, what misdirection has done has just created so much value into that.
Yeah, yeah. He definitely he took that cab was like one of my least favorite cabs. Now it's one of my favorites. That quick.
Per-
You know
per-
why? I got my lethal enforcers. I always complain about. I got it, bro. I was so happy to play that. I got Area 51. I love that game. I will say this though. I was playing that two-player and the audio cut out at one point. Uh, but I didn't get a chance to go back through that and play that all the way through and make sure it's not a reoccurring issue. But yeah. So I just think there's some bugs, but try it out, see what happens for you. Your experience might be different than mine. I had a really good experience overall. I was playing Point Blank too. I was loving it, bro. Loving it.
yeah,
And them sending guns, the way he's got the recoil working and all that. I see why Kong was like, you know, loving it when he was playing that.
is Alien 3 on there?
No, it's not, but
Really?
I'm hoping it gets on there soon. There's a
So they
lot
got
of games I want to see that aren't on there.
so they
Lethal
got they got
Enforcers
they got
2,
Revolution X on there, right?
yes. And
And
like I said,
not
that
Alien.
that
Wow.
plays really good, except for when you go to throw those CDs. Like for some reason, those seem to go off screen to the reload area. Like for me, so it's a little buggy. There's some bugs there, but Revolution X besides that played really good. It was, and I played that briefly in the arcades before. I got a chance to play that for a good 30, 40 minutes, and I really had fun, minus the CD issue. Now I missed it.
Yeah, so we actually started at the exact same time, Mr. Encoder, but it's okay that you
Yeah.
missed it.
That's all right.
Um,
Yeah, definitely. If you could get a rewatch in, let us know your thoughts because I really love this mod. I think it's killer, and I would love to see a couple little fixes. But you see, like with our stream, I told Chaotic it went left yesterday. There's always gonna have problems. So we're not perfect neither, But this mod is, dude. I can't speak highly enough about it. I love it. I love it, bro. And the showmanship in this mod and the variety you get out of it, I couldn't speak highly enough about it, man. Operation Wolf plays great. Operation Thunderbolt plays great. These are kind of like Big Buck Hunter. These old school games, they play
yeah,
great.
Deer Hunter, yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of 0 Point or kind of like Point Blank. Those play great. All the main games pretty much play excellent. I did have some issues with some PlayStation games. That was really it. But the arcade games, that's what I was most worried about. Play excellent, bro. Beast Busters was fun. That intro screen, no fate, killer, bro. I just we gotta we gotta turn that audio extra low though. We gotta fix that audio. I power the cab on that thing is booming, and then I get in game, it's a little quiet. Duck Hunt, bro. Playing the arcade ROM of Duck Hunt, that was so fun. Yeah, I guarantee that. Yeah, there's probably an update already in the works. See, I'm not privy to this information, bro. But playing all these games, bro, on my recess bezel, I can't speak high. It felt so cool, bro. It felt like I was in an arcade for a change. That T2, the dust is gone. It's gonna be one of the most played cabs I got now.
So cool, man.
Yeah. It's right up there with Fast and the Furious for me. Remember, we did our top 10 the cabs, and I was unsure about putting this even on the list. But now with this mod, it's a top 10 cab for sure, bro. So fun, bro.
And it's so funny because Mystery Coder last night said we were waiting for everybody to buy their retro shooter upgrades before we released this to piss everybody off.
Did he say that? That's crazy. I'm so glad I didn't, bro. And I was close to it, but like I said, buying that 4KP is what made me wait. I was like, all right, let me get my pockets right. I just bought this $1,000 virtual pinball, you know. But when this dropped, bro, it was I didn't I heard that, because I hear that they're working on things, but I'm like a lot of stuff, I'm like, well, I believe it when I see it. I
Now,
believe I'm a believer, bro. I'm a
now
believer.
Mike Ross says go to the option on Time Crisis and change the reload option, and you're good to go.
Okay, thank you, Mike Raw. Okay, see, that's what I needed to hear. See, that's why I said, and that's another reason why we didn't caption this as a review, because I felt like I told Chaotic I didn't want to say I was giving a full review on this. I wanted to get my first impressions. Me going in blindly, knowing a little bit about software modding, you know what I mean, and moving files where they need to be. I was able to get pretty much everything up and running, but I wasn't able to get that reload on Time Crisis. So I gotta go in the options, change the reload. I'm good to go, bro. That's incredible. Like I'm gonna be playing, and that's the same Time Crisis. I imagine. I think you got the PlayStation version of Time Crisis on your retro shooter as well. I'm pretty sure you don't have the arcade ROM.
Okay, we're getting a lot of information here just now. Mystery Coder said there should be a way to get those buttons working at the same time without having to do that. We also know external pedals on PlayStation Time Crisis are possible. We've seen it on Big Buck before. And
Interesting.
and yes, Super Catman Arcade, this mod, you are using the stock T2 guns.
Yes, you're using your stock guns. You have to do no hardware modding. You're just putting an SD card in your PCB and doing a little software modding on your laptop, your computer. You're dropping you're etching a file basically to your SD card. You're dropping that in your PCB. It's putting a new operating system basically to run T2, Area 51, Maximum Force, Lethal Enforcers, Chiller. Unc was playing Chiller like crazy, bro, having a blast, shooting just a bunch of weird bodies and torture in a torture chamber. It was nuts, bro. I never even like I've heard of that game, but I never really seen it in action. It was pretty dark.
And Mr. Coder says eventually Misdirection will get this. We'll get the arcade Time Crisis version working instead of the PlayStation version.
See what
So
I'm saying,
that's
bro?
awesome.
I have, bro, just the way he was talking, he likes a little showmanship, bro. I got more faith in this guy than the retro people, no offense. Like that's me personally, because when you get into like community modding people like this, bro, sky's the limit for them, bro. He already got the guns working. He's got the force feedback working. He's got the sending light guns working on arcade ROMs, PlayStation. I mean, sky's the limit, bro. You know,
Mike Ross says Gunfight got to use the second gun trigger to duck and reload. Interesting.
yeah. Certain games, like I said, I couldn't almost get past the start screen. That gunfight, Jesse. I think that's the Jesse James game. I couldn't get past like the startup screen or something.
And I don't think Mad Dog
No.
McCree and Carnivore are definitely not available on the.
Those aren't available. I'd like to see those. I'd like to see Lethal Enforcers 2. Like I said, I'd like to see Crit Killer was an old PlayStation game. That was a shooter, and it was an arcade game.
Retro shooters aren't developers; they're product creators who just take what's been made available to
Right.
them. We're
They take
tinkerers,
basically,
we're hackers. It's not fair to compare. Very,
yeah.
very true.
It's
God
not,
bless
but
y'all.
yeah, it's not. But you got to realize, like people are going to, because they're going to say, well, what are my options here? My options are the retro shooter or this, kind of now. So there's going to be comparisons, but I totally feel what you're saying, and you know, and Misdirection even said that. He said he's not doing this to be in competition with Retro Shooter. He's just kind of like, you know, he's just kind of showing what you can do. You know what I mean, in a sense, and he really is. He's showing out. He's showing out because this is amazing, bro. This is the
Yeah.
coolest thing I've ever done. Probably to one of my one ups. Like the games list I have now compared to the one game I had on there. You know, and I heard people in the community. You know, I was having some dialogue with some people on Facebook, and they were saying, "Well, yeah, there's other games that had kind of one game, like Fast and the Furious. It's one game split into two." I'm like, "See, you're getting into semantics there. Like, the T2 really had one game on it, bro. It's the only cab I'm pretty sure that had one game, right?
Yeah, that and yeah, that's it.
So
Damn.
fittingly, like this cab needed to be modded, bro, and it's one of the best mods. It's just everything just feels like so perfect right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they had different versions of Big Buck, but yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's just one game.
Oh yeah, I guess Big Buck's one game, but you still had well, you had Big Buck like Safari or Big Buck,
Yeah.
right?
Same concept, everyone though. I think what this brings to the table comes close to what Retro Shooter is able to offer regardless,
Yeah,
and will more likely exceed what they're offering. Absolutely, especially when it comes to differences in price other than free and $250. Yeah, that's going to exceed it in more than any way possible.
facts.
And yeah, it's
Yeah,
still big buck.
facts. Because you know that retro shooter event, you know, like you said, they're just working with whatever that Pandora's box or whatever they got, you know. So they're really limited to what they got. This could just encompass everything, you know. Super Nintendo shooting games, Genesis Minister shooting games. It could really just go on and on and on and on. He could just the compatibility list could get crazy, you know. And so this T2 cab, man, these I think we're gonna see these things selling out, you know, on going off the marketplace, going up in price. Stellar mod, man. Team encoder, stellar mod.
Yeah.
I can't speak highly enough about it. Y'all got to try it out if you haven't.
And Blitz is in the works, but that's through DMod. DMod's another member of the Team Encoder team. So go bother
I'm
him
I'm
if y'all want. If
I'm
y'all
scared
want
to mod Blitz,
mod.
man. I love Blitz. I'm scared to mod it. The cabs I love, like I'm scared to mod. T2, I was kind of tired of. I was almost ready to get rid of it. So when they had me fix that, I'm like, oh, I love it now. Now I have a shooter in my house that's not just one game.
Yeah.
But it, you know, if they were adding open ice to Blitz and stuff, I might have to check it out, dog.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the video, man. Open Ice was on it
Oh
on
man.
on that shit menu, dude. So I was jealous of it, man. But it would be even better if it was
Shit,
online. But hey, it's
that
awesome.
shit ass menu. That Sam.
And then Mr. Encoder says, if I ever get motivated, I can put late hits back into the game, possibly.
That's crazy. But will we be able to play it online versus our friends still?
Probably not.
See, that's where you lose me. Like I love that online.
Yeah, online is very important for what we
Cause
got.
because that's where I get to play people in my community, you know. We get to host events.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We love our good one up calves, bro. Whenever, you know, we'll always stand by the one up calves we love. You know, we always speak on pros and cons, you know, of
There it
everything.
is. We won't remove the stock functionality of cabinets. We only boost it with Sam. So
Yeah. See, and
shit
that's
ass
kind of how
menu. Welcome, man. Love it. I love that
that's what
name.
that's what I liked about T2 is, bro, I still have my online leader, bro. I didn't lose anything. You know, that's what keeps me from doing the Fast and Furious buy stuff mod is I lose Fast and the Furious. I lose all that. And I don't want to lose what I got. If you're gonna add functionality, add game, you know, I don't lose what I got. That's the dopest stuff ever. That's the best kind of mods. These guys are killing it. And you know what else I like, bro? Well, obviously you see behind me, I love home arcades. So the fact that these dudes are we got some modders in the home arcade space. It's so sick, bro. Because I used to do Mugen and stuff like that, way back in the day. Like so, I used to see the fighting game mods and stuff like that back in the day, and be like, man, you know, just to know that there's people in this space doing that, it's comforting, man. It's good to know.
All right, is this legit? Mike Lucas says the fix for Time Crisis is easy. Just go to options, switch left button to duck down instead of stand up, and it works flawlessly.
I'll have to give it a try.
Hmm.
That's why I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to call this a review because there was some issues that I knew were my own, that I was encountering, but then there was some issues that I wasn't sure if they were my own, and maybe they were, but I checked the compatibility list, read the README file over and over, and there was a couple PlayStation games I had trouble running. Like I said, that Jesse James game, I couldn't. Gun 2, I believe I couldn't get Gun 2 past the first screen. Like it goes through all the little videos or whatever, but then I kind of couldn't do nothing after that.
Yeah.
But man, Elemental Gearbolt is so badass. I can't believe that's
I
a
got to check
place.
see if that's on the Pandora box. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that was really fun. I want to play that 2-player. To be honest, I had to play that 1-player.
And guys,
Yeah,
sorry, real quick, like Jason says, guys, if y'all are not in a Discord community, we had a great conversation last night in voice chat with several people from the community while playing Nintendo Switch games. Join Arcades Anonymous Discord, man. We have a great time talking to each other, hanging out with each other, and just spending time together, whether it be for modding help or just really just shooting the shit and having a good time, man. And that's how a lot of us have met and grown fond of each other in this community, man. It's awesome community to be a part of. If you're not a part of it, please hit that link that's in the chat from Jason. Join the community, man. It's a good community to join.
yeah. Arcades Anonymous, man. It's where we all chatting there, and we all get to know each other. We help each other out. I've encountered some issues with some of my mods. People have helped me out, and all the way down the line. I mean, we got Team Encoder in there hollering at us now. It's cool. It's cool,
Yeah.
man. I can't suggest this mod enough. I definitely don't want to keep this show running no more. Y'all know Michael B's streaming.
Yeah, so we won't try to keep you all out. Let's go ahead and head to the last topic real quick, and that's the community spotlight.
Yeah, let's do it.
And
So this was by Sean Nestler. Seen this in the arcade one up in modding community, bro. And he's been on our show before, man. He's one of them dudes that makes some killer mods, bro. Paperboy. He took a Star Wars cab and turned it into Paperboy, man. And he did the buy stuff mod on that.
oh, so no, it was an outrun cabinet.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, it was an outrun.
And got the Star Wars box with the yoke.
There you go. There you go. My bad.
Oh, you're good. You're good. This is gorgeous.
Yeah, but he's got the buy stuff mod going on in there. So
think about it, guys. You got 99 Lives Arcade, buy stuff, and Repro Arcade all coming together with different types of mods and different types of style mods, and to make this awesome looking cabinet, dude.
Yeah, and this is stuff we're talking about when we say, yo, go work with Retro Lizard, or go work with this dude, or go buy something from Sabo. Like, because once you work with all these dudes, you find out who you like. You know what I mean? You can look through there's people that offer all types of services, Retro 530 for the light up coin doors and this and that. You're going to buy some, probably odds are you're going to buy from multiple third-party sellers. And then look what you could make, the cab of your dreams, bro. You don't have to wait on Arcade One Up to make the cab of your dreams. You really can probably make it, with these dudes. Like you see, Chaotic making his open ice, you see this Sean Nestler's always killing it with his mods. Yeah, look at that. He's got the art, on the riser running all the way up to the cab. Like, killed it, bro.
It looks legit. Like it could be an Arcade One Up cabinet.
Yeah, it does. The only thing is missing them little handlebars. That's the only thing that's really missing. But That yoke works for it. It looks
Yeah,
pretty good,
yoke's the
bro.
closest thing to it.
Yeah, that yoke works for it, bro. You know, I love it.
The only cab mod I want is a massive effing Star Wars pod that my wife kicks me out of house over.
I've seen those, bro. I've seen them dudes that got them big battle pods in their house, and I'm like, bro, you're kidding me, bro. Like you could see, like it's literally taking up a whole room in their house, but they get in that thing. It is the coolest looking thing ever, bro. It looks
So,
like you're living in Star Wars.
so Mr. Coder, you live close to B, right? Um, you've hung out with him, you met him in person. See if he'll let you borrow his bottle pod. Don't tell your wife about it. Just show up at the house with it and be like, "Huh, I bought this. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna kick me out? Great. That's what I wanted anyway."
And that's how you test. That's how you test your love is with these arcades. We all know that. A woman don't love you if she don't love your arcades too. We know this. For real.
Oh, I want a Halo Fire Team Raven machine. Oh my god.
Mm.
Who wouldn't want that?
It's so many cabs I want, but they'll never fit in this place. You know, that's what's led me ultimately to arcade one ups is I could fit multiple.
Yeah, the arcade one up
Sleepover in
version
the
of Paperboy
pod.
does suck, with a joystick, for sure.
Right, right. I would like to, you know, I would love to see some gameplay from Sean Nestler on this Paperboy cab with that yoke.
Man, but that mod is so cool, man. I'm so it's so awesome that you keep picking these up, man. You find
I
these
mean,
awesome
they keep
community.
making them, bro. They keep making them. I'm gonna keep. We're gonna keep showcasing them. You know. What
So
up,
is it
Verzi Wars?
so is it gonna be like a little weird if I show up with my mod?
Nah,
Or
bro. We definitely got to show our mods off once we're done with them. You know what I mean? I think
yeah.
it, ain't nothing wrong with a little self promo. You know, and then
No.
and the people in the chat, they got some mods they want to show off. You know, drop it in the comments after the show or whatever the case. You know, let me know. Hit us up. Hit us up in the Discord. We showed off Multi K Matt's Guitar Hero. You know, we show off whoever's cabs that we think they're dope.
Yeah. Join the
I,
Discord for real if you want to
I
be
don't
able
even
to show something off.
I don't even ask permission from these people. I just show off their cabs, you know, because I like them.
Yeah. Well, I do believe we have come to the end of our show. I don't have any
Yeah,
more slides to show anyway.
that's it. We ran over again, and we're bleeding over in the Michael B show. We know
But
that's where all the real ones is at right now, but we appreciate everybody checking us out. Mr. Encoder hopping in the chat. That really killed it.
oh, dude, you get your boomstick tonight, lucky bastard.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, we're all out of PowerPoint. But hey, God bless everybody. Thank y'all so much for coming. Make sure you like and share this stream with others. Helps out the algorithm, shows it off to more people, gets more people involved into our community. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Chaotic BPR, as well as Half a Dozen's channel. We do co-stream this on both of our channels. That's why some people are able to see some people's chats in one chat and other people see chats from other people. But I try to pop them up on all. I'll try to pop all of them up on the screen. That way everybody sees what everybody's saying, what everybody's talking about. But you know, half a dozen will attract certain people to his streams, and I attract certain people to my streams. So it's so that we can all come together and build both of our channels up at the same time, because it's
Yeah,
both of our channels we're trying to build. So, but God bless. Thank y'all all so much for coming together with us, hanging out with us on a impromptu Monday, since yesterday didn't work out for internet purposes. And I don't want to keep y'all too long. I want y'all to be able to hang out with Michael B. Um, as soon as we go off the air here. But anything you want to add, a half a dozen?
I want to add, man, check out this Team Encoder mod, man. It's crazy. If you got a T2, it's collecting dust. Check it out, man. Them dude Misdirection put in a lot of work, man. Killed it. Check it out. And check us out next week or this Sunday on Yo Retro. Yeah,
Yeah, only the shady people show up on my stream.
we're gonna be back Sunday.
Oh, this next Sunday is Easter Sunday, so we will be
All right.
we'll be taking a weekend off.
See, good,
So
good
everybody
thing,
can
good,
spend time with their
good thing
family.
you asked me if I had anything to say because I messed up. We're not going to be back this coming Sunday. We'll be back the following Sunday. We taking Sunday off for Easter. Yeah.
Yeah. So God bless, guys. Thank y'all so much for coming. We'll see y'all on the next
Yo.
Retro.
What's up, y'all? Welcome, yo.